Hello and welcome to another Smart ER video. This one is quite simple. It's a number plate change for the front and rear. Now, a few days ago I was pulled over by the police and said my rear number plate did not comply with regulations. So these two cracks were the culprit. He said it could be extra numbers or it could look like it's been modified. So all we do is simply remove it by undoing the two screws. These ones had a little bit of adhesive on the back, just pull them off. It's very important then to give it a good old clean. This is just literally some back to black. It's very cheap from a thrift store or a pound shop. So give it a really good scrub, take off any residue, any mould, anything that's hidden under that number plate. And even more important, you must get it absolutely dry. So I'm using microfiber cloths. I use them for cleaning the cars. They're amazing products and they're well worth investing if you don't have any. So once it's super clean, offer it up to the location and sort of get an idea of how it fits underneath the vehicle and where it lines up. And then you use these actual strips that came with it. So you line them up pretty much where the old ones were, but these have got 3 rather than 2. And I like the cleaner look, so I don't really want to use screws. I don't like drilling into things. So again, I literally offer it back up, make sure it's right. Start to take off the cover. Now I'll put a description below where I got the number plates from, because you can get them from lots of different places and not so many in the UK, not so many places in the UK now. Motor shops, etc. will do them. So there's a large chain which is Halfords. They wanted something like £32 for front and rear, but I managed to find them on Amazon for just under £12 actually. So here I'm lining it up carefully. Now I don't push it on really hard, just the centre one, and then I go and stand back and have a look just to make sure it lines up okay. And then once you're happy with it, press it on, give it a good old rub down. It was a bit cold today, so it might even be better to keep the number plates in a warm place as well with the adhesive, just to get it ready. Makes it stick a little bit easier. So there you go, you can see a difference, quite a difference. And in the real world, actually in real time, it makes a hell of a difference, and it does make your car look a lot more attractive, I think. So the front one is very similar to the rear one, but this one had 4 retaining screws on the front. So just take those off, put them away in your pocket so they don't get left on the driveway so that you puncture your tyres. Same as before. Now this one had some adhesive strips on as well, so give them a good old yank, and there we go. On the front of the car, it obviously gets a lot more of the ingress from road film and traffic and dirt, so that looked a lot worse than the rear. But again, make sure you get rid of it all. I'm using microfiber cloths again. It's that same back to black cheap, and I think that back to black sort of cleaner was only, that was £1 again in a pound shop. So again, very, very important, so that you get a good key with the adhesive. Make sure you give it a good old scrub down and really, really make sure it's super, super, super dry before you even think about putting those adhesive strips on. And there was a little bit of swarf, a little bit of leftover plastic from when it was previously drilled. Just pull those off. So we offer it up, make sure it's the right fit first, and have a little look at where it sits in relation to the front of the vehicle. Same thing again, get the old adhesive strips that come with the number plates. These ones were a little bit longer than the ones that were in situ, but again, we had a look to see where the number plate was, if you remember. So we'll stick 2 on the end and 1 in the middle, just like we did on the back, but we'll give them a good old press down and give them a good old rub and get the friction to get a bit of heat onto them to make them more sticky. Try and take off as much as you can of the old ones, but they're not going to be any harm. And then just take off the adhesive strip protective cover. And again, like before now, make sure the back of the number plate is clean and free from any dust as well. Well, there we are, ready to stick on. So get it lined up like we said before on the back. Don't press it too hard. When you're happy, then just push it on. And hey presto, your front number plate's done. And here's the old and the new. Lovely.